Hi Mary, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm a little tired today, but I'm doing okay.
Okay, did you check your insulin this morning?
I have not. I feel okay, so I don't really think it's necessary to check my blood sugar.
Okay, so it is really important before and after your meals to check your insulin, but we'll go through that and I'll give you some education on that, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to do a little bit of an assessment. It's called the Diabetes Self-Efficacy Questionnaire, and this question asks you just different questions about your diabetes and kind of how you feel about having diabetes, what you think is important about diabetes, and what you think you're capable of doing, okay? I'm going to ask you a question, and there's two different columns. One of them is how important you think it is to be able to do the action, and the second column is how sure are you that you're able to do that action. So actually you completing it, okay? And it runs on a 0 to 5 scale. So 0 would be never important, or 5 would be always important. And for the other section, 0 would be that you're never able to do it, and 5 would be that you're always able to do it, okay? All right, so the first action is prevent low blood sugar reactions when exercising. Do you think a 5 would be always important to 0 is never important?
I would say it's always important, so I'd give it a 5.
Okay. How sure are you that you're able to complete the action?
I don't think I'll be able to do that on my own right now, so I would give that a 1.
Okay. Figure out what to do when your blood sugar is high. Do you think that that's important or not?
I think that's important, yeah.
So on a scale of 0 to 5?
A 5.
Okay. And how sure are you to be able to complete the action?
I don't really know how to do that right now, so I'd give that a 1.
Okay. Adjust diabetes self-care when having a cold or flu.
I would say it's pretty important. I would give that like a 4.
Okay. And how sure are you that you can do this action?
Like a 1.
Fit diabetes plan into your usual lifestyle.
I would
How
give
important?
that like a 3.
Okay. And how sure are you to be able to complete the action? Having a plan in your everyday life.
I don't really have any kind of plan or routine right now, so I would give that a 0
Okay.
right now.
Resist overeating or missing meals when you're anxious or nervous.
I mean, I don't really see how that's important, so I would give that a 2.
Okay. And how sure are you to complete the action?
Probably, I don't think I would really. I would give that like a 2.
Okay. Ask support for family and friends in keeping your diabetes routine.
I mean, I don't really have family support. My husband works long shifts and my sons live far away, so I don't really get to see them, so I would give that like a 2.
Okay. And how sure are you that you can do this action? So asking someone for help or for support in certain things.
I mean, I would do it if I had to. I'd say like a 2, but I don't think I would, unless I really needed to.
Do activities that you enjoy while taking care of your activities. Do activities that you enjoy while taking care of your diabetes. How important do you think that is?
I don't really see how that can be that important. I'd give it like a 3.
Okay. And how sure are you to be able to complete the action? So you actually going and doing things that you think are interesting to you.
I really can't do that right now because of all of my limitations, so I'd give that like a 1.
Okay. So you're not doing anything that is of interest to you?
Not right
Any
now.
activities?
I mean, once a month my sons come and visit me, and they bring the dog, which I love, and they bring my grandchild, which I love seeing him, but that's only once a month.
Okay. Manage your diabetes plan when feeling sad.
I don't know how that's really important, so I would give that like a 3.
Okay. And how sure are you to complete the action? Managing the diabetes plan.
Probably like a 1.
Follow your way of eating when at a party.
I mean, I don't really think that's important. At a party is when you indulge and eat and, you know, not have to worry about my eating plan. So I'd give that like a 0.
Okay. And what about you actually carrying out the action?
I don't think I would ever bring my own food or make healthier choices at like a party.
Okay, so 0 to 5.
0.
Okay. Exercise several times a week.
I don't think that's really important right now
Okay.
for me.
And you being able to exercise.
Probably a 0.
Resist overeating or missing meals when depressed or down.
I don't know how that would be important, so I give that a 0.
Okay. And how about you resisting overeating as an action?
Like a 1.
Okay. Take care of your diabetes when you're frustrated.
I don't know how that would really be important, but I'd give that like a 2.
Okay. And how sure are you to complete the action?
Maybe a 1.
Exercise when you don't feel like it.
I don't exercise when I do feel like it, so
Okay.
a 0.
Okay. So out of the course of the day, there's not much activity.
No, I'm really scared of falling. So I don't really do too much throughout the day.
Okay. Talk about the effect of diabetes on your life with your family and friends.
I mean, I don't really think that's important to do.
Okay. So 0 to...
A 1.
Okay. And you actually going out and talking to your family and friends about it?
I mean, if they ask me about it, I would talk to them, but I would never go to them and ask them for advice or support.
Know about your medications that you take for diabetes.
I would say like a 5.
Okay. And then you actually going out and carrying out the action?
I mean, I think it is important, like I said, to know, but I don't think I would ever actually carry that out right now, so like a 1.
Okay. Stay on your meal plan when people around you don't know that you have diabetes.
I don't think that's really important, a 0.
And would you stay on your meal plan?
Probably not. I would just eat whatever is available.
Exchange one food group for another. How important?
I don't really think it's that important. I mean, I'd be up to it, so I would give it like a 3.
Okay. So that's like, I know that you like cereal for breakfast, so keeping it in the same food group, that would be like switching out the cereal for an oatmeal per se. They're both a type of a carb, but one has less sugar than the other.
Right. I mean, I would do that. Oatmeal, I don't know if I'm able to make that right now by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal's easy to make. It doesn't involve any kind of heat, so I can do that on my own. So I would say like a 3.
Okay. Be active when there are a lot of demands at home or at work.
I don't really think that's important. I'd give it like a 0.
Okay.
I
And
probably wouldn't carry it out, so a 0.
okay. Carry out daily diabetes care. So how important do you think that is?
Well, I mean, like, recently I've been feeling fine, honestly. So I haven't been checking my blood sugar. So, I mean, if I'm feeling okay, I don't really think it's important to check it every day. It can get very annoying.
Okay.
So a 0.
And you actually checking or following through with the diabetes plan?
Yeah, like if I'm not feeling well, then I would maybe check it or try to, but if I'm feeling fine, then I probably wouldn't carry it out.
Okay. Understand the effect of diabetes that it has on your family or friends.
Yeah, I don't really think that's important.
And you actually asking? No?
No.
0,
I'm
5?
fine. 0.
Okay.
I'm good.
Avoid overeating or missing meals when you're happy or relaxed.
0. I don't really know if that's really important.
Okay. And carrying out the action, so avoiding those overeatings.
No. Maybe like a 1.
Being in control of your diabetes so you can spend time with your family and friends. How important do you think that is?
I would say like a 2. I mean, I don't know how that really affects being with family and friends, so.
Okay. And you actually being in control of your diabetes, do you think that you would be able to?
Like I said, if I feel okay, I should be fine, so I wouldn't check, so I would say like a 1 maybe.
Okay. Talking to your family about the chances of getting diabetes.
I really think that's important. 0.
And you actually talking to them about it. 0 to 5.
Like I said, if they ask me, then I'll talk to them, but I probably would never go to them.
Okay.
So a 1.
Okay. Take care of yourself and your diabetes.
Well, yeah, I think that's important. So I would say a 5.
Okay, and you actually taking care of yourself. What do you think?
It's a little, like a 2.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd really be able to do that right now.
Okay. And being active when you're feeling tired.
I think that's important.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be able to do that right now.
Okay. Why don't you think that?
Well, I really, like I said, I have a fear of falling, so I don't really engage in any kind of like really vigorous activities.
Okay. What activities do you engage in throughout the day?
Like I watch TV. I'm usually bored.
Okay.
And I don't really, I would like to shower once a day, but I haven't been able to. Getting dressed has been hard for me. So I would like to be able to do those kinds of activities.
Okay. So you're not getting dressed throughout the day?
No. So typically I would just stay in my pajamas all day.
Okay.
I would wait for my husband to get home and he can help me change.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to be able to dress myself by myself.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm scared of falling. And there's no point of trying because I'm not doing anything throughout the day, so why do I need to get dressed?
Right. Okay. Well, we can definitely help you with that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It would mean a lot to get dressed.
And the next couple questions are about your insulin, okay?
Okay.
Give yourself insulin using the proper method. How important do you think
I
that
think
is?
that's very important.
Okay. And how sure are you to do the action?
Right now I am not able to, so I'd say a 1.
Okay. Take insulin when you're away from home.
I think that's important, but I probably wouldn't do that now because I am not really comfortable with using the tools that I have to check my insulin.
Okay. So 0 to 5.
A 1.
Figure out how much insulin to take when there is a change in your usual day.
I think that's very important. A 0.
Okay. So are you not checking your insulin at all right now?
I mean, if I'm feeling not good, I'll check it, but I mean, if I'm feeling fine, then no, I won't check it.
Okay. Change the amount of insulin based on your blood sugar test result.
I think that's very important.
Okay. And how do you think you'll be able to do that?
Like a 1.
And last one, choose a different spot to inject the insulin into each time you give yourself
I think that's
the
very
needle.
important.
Okay. And are you able to?
Are
you able to administer right now?
No, I try. And sometimes I do, but I don't think the technique that I'm using is really safe.
Okay. So from 0 to 5.
Say a 1.
Okay, well this gives me a really good baseline as to your knowledge of diabetes and what you think is important. So I'm going to take this and we can develop a type of intervention plan to help you be as independent as possible because I do not want you to be staying in your pajamas all day. Yeah, I want you to be getting out and doing some activities and not being too dependent on other people and also being smart about checking your insulin levels and really, taking care of your management with diabetes.
Okay.
All right?
I'm excited. Thank
Yeah.
you.
First, you need to look up the corresponding question number with each scale. I have color-coded each number to go along with the scale to better visually see the types of questions I was asking. Then you go onto the score sheet and record the number that the patient gave for how important they thought each action was and how sure they are that they can complete the action. And you're going to go through each scale, finding the average for the importance column and the self-efficacy or action column. You are going to repeat that for each scale. Then you are going to take the average of the entire beliefs column and the entire action column and see what the difference is between what the patient thought was important versus what they were actually able to do. After you have the mean for each of the 6 scales, you are going to rank them from the least to greatest in order to see where the areas of importance are and where you should focus on your intervention.